Good morning. Morning, Mariana.
Good morning.
We are at the Botanical Garden of Rio de Janeiro. Nice. It is gigantic from what we see because we were given these maps. It goes on and on and on in almost all directions. The ticket that we got, it was 29 reais per person, but this is the price for Brazilians. For foreigners is 73 reais per person. It was a little bit chaotic because there is a kiosk to buy the tickets, but then you also have a QR code somewhere that you can scan with your phone, then you have to register. A bit confusing, but you'll figure it out. There are people standing there to explain everything to you. We wanted to come visit this, and then after that we're going to show you a bit more of Rio de Janeiro. The Botanical Garden of Rio de Janeiro was founded in 1808 by King John VI, and it was originally intended for acclimatization of the spices that they would bring from West Indies. Spices like pepper, cinnamon and all of that. So basically they made this garden actually for commerce. And then only in 1822 it was open for the public. The park is open every day during daylights except for 25th of December and January 1st. One of the places that you absolutely have to visit when you come here is a 750-meter line of 134 palm trees, which is exactly where we are. This is very cute, all of these palm trees, and it is known as the Avenue of Royal Palms, and it leads to the entrance into the garden. There is that entrance, and there is also this entrance on this side. Sorry for the background noise, there's some construction going on. And this building that you see here also is a museum. If you want to visit, you can also visit that. When we just got here, I thought it was only this part, but now that we're walking here, I see that no, it actually continues the whole way to the end. After even this, I think it's another entrance point, but even after that, it goes again the whole way. Wow, so what a scene!
These palm trees, they have been here for more than 200 years. That's very nice. So,
yeah.
It's still standing.
Yeah. And we wanted to come here even before, but unfortunately it was raining. It was too cloudy even today. It's cloudy, but we didn't want to miss the opportunity. So we said, let's go there. The size of the park is 140 hectares, and it lies at the foot of Corcovado Mountain, which is the same mountain that the statue of the Christ is located. And it is far below the right arm of that statue of the Christ. It has more than 6,000 different species of tropical and subtropical plants and trees, including 900 varieties of palm trees. Wow. And as I just mentioned, you can also see the statue of Christ right there on top of the mountain. All right, the palms don't end. We started there, and then if I turn the camera, it goes that way, and here too we have more palm trees. It is just fantastic. So we are at the bottom of the Corcovado mountain where the statue of the Christ is located, but also the whole garden is in the middle of the city. It's huge. Also, I might have mentioned this in the video where we went and we visited the statue of the Christ. Even that statue is on top of the mountain, but at the bottom of the hill also is another national park called the National Park of Tijuca. So all of this national park, botanical garden, beautiful green areas are right in the middle of the city, which is amazing. Like just behind us is a very busy street, and there is also a residential area as well called Jardim Botânico, because they're very close to this botanical garden, and apparently it's a very nice neighborhood too. And you have this beautiful, gorgeous park also, or garden in the middle of the city.
Which is very nice and very quiet. If you want to
Oh, yeah.
escape from the noise of the city, the hustle and bustle, like this is perfect.
Absolutely. One more attraction to pass by and to see definitely when you come here is this fountain, which is right at the end of this corridor. And my god, the palm trees don't end. Even after the fountain, you see there is another row of palm trees in that direction as well. And just like that, I made friends with one of the residents of the Jardim Botânico. Look at the size of this tree. My goodness. Wow. This one is, it's huge. I think so. Look, compared to Mariana, look at the size of this tree. Oh my God.
It looks like the trees in Belém.
Oh yes, yeah, if you have watched some of our videos in Belém also, we saw a lot of trees, huge, this size, no?
They have this big thing that on top that it's like it protects from the sun. It has very strong like trunk.
Yeah.
And then on top they open like all the leaves and everything else branches.
Absolutely, my God, it's gigantic. Very nice. So as we were walking here next to the palm trees, there is actually a sign and it says this particular type of palm tree, it grows up to 48 meters. Wow, it's very high. And we are even luckier today with the weather because the sun just came out, so hopefully the quality of the image is even better. One section of the garden is also dedicated to a collection, a special collection, and they call it the Japanese garden, which is where we are now. So we wanted to visit this part of the garden as well. This place is gigantic, so if you want to even spend the whole day here, you can go around and it won't be enough. Us, because the sun came out and we want to take advantage of the good weather, and we have a few things that we want to go do today. We're gonna leave the botanical garden now and go to the next place. We now came to another neighborhood of Rio, which is very famous, called Urca. It is the neighborhood that actually the sugar loaf is located. If you have watched our previous video, the first video that we did in Rio was a tour that we visited the most well-known tourist attractions in Rio, which was the Christ Redeemer, and also we took the cable cars to go on top of the peak of that hill, famous sugar loaf hill. It is located in this neighborhood of Urca, which is actually right there. I don't know if in the camera you guys can see it, but it's behind these buildings and you see some cables. That's exactly where we went. But now we are in the residential part of the neighborhood and right by the water. There are a lot of things to do. We came here to see Mariana's friend again and get to know the neighborhood a bit and probably have a meal. A little bit further down you can see the famous Niterói bridge, and I think behind this floating restaurant there is also the airport that we saw a couple of planes landing.
So this is the smallest neighborhood of Rio, which is like there is only one street to get in, and it's very residential. You have restaurants too, and very old, and they want to keep it this way. And also there is two forts like there that they were forts that they were built when the city was like discovered, when they were here to protect actually the entrance of the city. It was right there. There is one here and there is another one actually it's being hidden.
Oh, behind, yes, over there. Yeah. So the next restaurant that we are going to visit is actually this floating restaurant that has a boat that will come and pick you up here, and then you go to the restaurant. That should be fun. So we will have to get on one boat to get to the other boat. So in Urca, this is the fort that we were talking about. From here I wanted also to include these shots because you get a better understanding. This is the sugar loaf right in the distance, and you have the Urca neighborhood behind here. Urca, it was first built in 1920s and it was very, very popular up to 1950s, where casinos were legal in Brazil. After gambling became illegal, the neighborhood is still popular, but not as popular as it used to be. And then in the 60s and 70s, a lot of celebrities were living here. And even now, at night, by the water, these places that you can come, there is a bar on the corner. All of these sidewalks by the water at night and at the time of the sunset, they are packed. And another thing is, from here you can see Rio, the runway of the airport. From here you can see the Niterói bridge and a lot of ships going to the port in the distance. So this place in Urca neighborhood, it's just amazing. You have the mountain and the Statue of Christ one side. You have this cute neighborhood here. Then in the back you have the first peak of the mountain, and then the cable cars that go to the top of the mountain where the sugar loaf is. Perfect combination, perfect location. So usually when we finish a meal, I tell you how much it was, but our lovely friend Marcia was kind enough to invite us. So I cannot tell you how much was the bill. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
But the place was lovely. She chose actually the place too. We didn't know, but
Very nice. Amazing.
very nice of you. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Very good restaurant, but unfortunately I cannot tell you how much it was because we don't know.
Come back next time to find out.
Yes, we have to come back next time. And now, since it's the time of sunset, we are going to go for a stroll by the water and see more of Urca. We were also reading online, a lot of the houses in this neighborhood, they have been in the families like for generations. Most of the houses, they just go down to the family members as inheritance. It's a very nice neighborhood, old mature neighborhood, so I think a lot of families that they have a property here, they want to keep it in the family. Urca is a very residential neighborhood, and when you get out you see like it's like just one little block, and outside there is a lot of traffic, a lot of noise, but here as you can see most of the time the streets are empty, there isn't that much traffic. It's only for the people that work or live inside the neighborhood that pass through here. That's why it's less crowded compared to other neighborhoods. And this bay that we are walking next to it is actually Bahia de Guanabara, which is where the Portuguese explorer, the one that came here first, he came here and he thought that this bay was a river. And we explained this in our first video of Rio de Janeiro, that because it was in January, he arrived here and he thought it's a river, and then that's why he called the city Rio de Janeiro, the river of January. And it has been over a 500-year-old mistake, but the name remained the name of the city, but it is actually a bay. Praia de Botafogo is over there. This one is Praia de Urca. And since we are reaching sunset and it's going to be dark, and usually the quality of the image is not as good as I want when the sun is down, we're gonna end the video here. We really hope you enjoyed it. We tried to show you more of Rio de Janeiro as much as we could. If you like the video, give us a like as usual to support the rating of the video on YouTube, and we will see you in the next one. Bye.